All right, in this video, we're looking at Chapter 6, Section 4, and we're doing congruent polygons. This is really helpful when you're looking at your similar figures, and you do this a lot with architecture and design and things like that. So Chapter 6, Section 4, again, you need that St. James heading, and then you write Chapter 6, Section 4, and then underneath that, you write congruent polygons. Okay, polygons that have the same size and same shape are called congruent polygons. Okay, congruent polygons. And what we're going to do is we're going to match up the sides of different polygons that we say are congruent. So here's a polygon. We're just going to use a triangle in this situation. I have triangle A, B, C, and I have triangle. I'm going to try to draw it as similar as possible. And that's, of course, not going to be perfect, but let's pretend that they are congruent. So I have F, let's say G and H. Sure. Okay, so what that means is I am telling you that these two polygons are congruent. Okay, so angle A and angle F are congruent, angle B and angle G are congruent, angle H and angle C are congruent. So I use those different lines and techniques to show you they're different with each other. So now I have also the sides. So line BC right here is the same as GH. Line segment AC is the same as F and FH right here. That's the same. And then AB is the same as FG. They're all congruent. So angles are congruent and the sides are congruent. So congruent angles, let's write this down. Okay, are, okay, again, angle A is congruent, so we use that fancy symbol with angle F. And then angle B is congruent with angle G, and angle C is congruent with angle H. Okay, and then congruent sides. Okay, my congruent sides are line segment BC is congruent with line segment GH. Okay, and then line segment AC is congruent with line segment FH. And then line segment AB is congruent with line segment FG. Okay, so that's how we equate them. Now, what I just wrote here, all of this stuff, okay, that's called your congruence statement. Congruence statement. Okay, we wrote one for the sides and we wrote one for the angles. They're your congruent, well, there's two of them, so statements. Okay, so that's how you line things up and organize them. Okay, let's try some problems. Determine whether the polygons are congruent. If so, name the corresponding parts and write a congruence statement. So that congruence statement is the fun little congruence lines. That's these lines right here. B, C, and G, H, and A, C, and F, H, all that. Okay, you just write a congruent statement. You only have to write one. You don't have to write everything. Just write one. Okay, so here we go. Let's determine first if they're congruent or not. Okay, so I have here, again, let's use triangles because it's easy. Okay, And I'm going to rotate them on you just to make sure you can really understand what we're doing. A, C, E, sure. And then F, H, and G. All right. Now, okay. And this one here, let me just set this up. All right. And this one is, I'm just putting in all the numbers, 45. You have to write this down too, 85 and 50. You know, your notes won't count unless you write everything down that I'm writing down. Okay. And then, okay. So I give you all the units here, all the information. Are they congruent? Are your polygons, in this case, are your triangles, triangles are polygons, are they congruent? Let's see. It happens to be rotated around here, but this F, G, and H, well, let's see. Angle A is congruent with angle G, good. Angle C is congruent with angle H, and angle E is congruent with angle F. So far, yes. Let's see. And then line segment AC is congruent with GH. Line segment CE is congruent with HF. Line segment AE is congruent with line segment FG. Okay, so yes, they're congruent. So now our congruence, excuse me, congruent statement is this, okay? You can choose any of these to write or all of them. I just need example of some. So angle A is congruent with angle G, angle, so I need to write all the angles, or I write all the sides. You pick one, I don't care. Angle C is congruent with angle H, and angle, where are we? Angle E is congruent with angle F. Okay, so you could write this statement, or you could write the one about the line segments. So line segment AC is congruent with line segment GH. Okay, line segment CE is congruent with line segment HF. Okay, and then line segment AE is congruent with line segment FG. Okay, you pick which one you want to write. You either write all the angles or you write all the line segments. It doesn't bother me. You pick which ones. I'm comfortable with either, but they're your congruent statements. Okay, now it says find each measure. Okay, find each measure. All right, so I'm telling you that these angles, in this case again, triangles, these triangles, I'm trying to draw them the same. Okay, they are congruent. I am telling you these angles are congruent. So P, R, and Q, so triangle P, R, Q is congruent with triangle W, X, and Y. Congruent triangle W, X, Y. Okay, I'm telling you they're congruent. So here's one measurement. Or here, I'm going to just give you the measurements for one of the triangles. Okay, now you need to give me the measurements for the corresponding triangle. So let's say in this situation, the problem says, okay, find the measurements for angle X. Okay, the measurement, see, little m means just measurement. Little m means measurement. What is the measurement for angle X? So I'm looking for this measurement right here. Now, I'm telling you both those triangles are congruent. I'm telling you that. So what information from this triangle here would be able to help me answer this question? Measurement for angle X. Well, angle R is congruent with angle X. So, therefore, the measurement for angle X is 73 degrees. Because if you're congruent, congruent means same measure. If angle R is congruent with angle X, then angle R being 73 degrees, then angle X is 73 degrees. Let's try another one. What if I say, okay, what is YW? So line segment YW, what's the measurement for line segment YW? So right here, what's this line segment? Okay, what's this line segment? Measurement. Well, line segment, oh, wrong one. Line segment PQ is congruent with line segment WY or YW. Doesn't matter if you write left, right, left. YW. Okay, so the measurement then would be, the distance would be 10 yards. Okay, so this is 10 yards. Okay, and then let's try another one. If they ask for XY, well, XY, what's the measurement for XY? Okay, well, PR, line segment PR is congruent with line segment XY. So therefore, XY equals 7 yards. Okay, so this is 7 yards. All right, and last but not least, we have one more question. What is the measurement for angle W? What is the measurement for angle W? Oh, it would help if I gave you. It would help if I gave you some. I missed one. Some information. Okay, so angle W. Well, angle P is congruent with angle W, so therefore the measurement for angle W equals 61 degrees. Circle your answer. 61 degrees. Okay. Okay, no problem for next class. No problem for next class because we'll have to write out the polygons and all that. And your workbook has plenty of examples of that. So get ready, get comfortable. If you're not sure about this, go back over and listen to the video again. Don't just quit because it gets hard, okay? I will see you next class.